So, hi everyone. In front of me is the person who has influenced me a lot. This story goes back 10 years ago when I first met this person. At that time, he was my professor in Amity University. And that was the time when I had not even started, I had not even published my novel. And he was the first authentic person whom I reached out. So I was like a cat, scared and afraid, approached him. But the best part of it was that he took my work enthusiastically. For a couple of months, I did not bother him, but he did reach back to me. He told me, Ankit, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to improve here and there. But the most important part of that was the most important statement that he told me back in 2011, that Ankit, you are on the right track. 10 years ago, 10 years now, a lot, many things have changed. People can tell me, Ankit, you have achieved this, you should have done that, you should have done things better. But that statement has remained in my heart, close to my heart since then. And that was the first most important step that Mr. Parveen Sharma helped me to. So welcome, sir. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Speaking Illumane Section, sir. Welcome. So
thank you, Ankit. Thank you.
Yeah. So just for the audience, Mr. Parveen Sharma is a teacher. He's a mentor for budding authors. He's an expert for mentoring on creative writing, both for the teachers and students. He does blogging in both English and Hindi. He is a leading educational podcast at national level and trains students and teachers alike. He is in the NCERT panel of experts and has received NCERT's National Podcast for Best Program. Sir, that is an achievement. It's like great meeting you again, great interacting with you again. Sir, please, I'm honored to welcome you on this show. I'm honored to interact with you again.
Thank you. And I'm glad, Ankit, that I'm becoming part of the Illume, I would say.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So just before we proceed, just for the audience, I have started that campaign, hashtag those 30 pages. You can visit my webpage. You can download the sample chapter, that's for free. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Insta, YouTube. You can go through tons of information in the ILLUME-VERSE section. You can go through many information before starting. That would help. You can subscribe to my newsletter and be the first to know about the upcoming articles. And obviously, I'm also throwing away some lucrative offers before I publish my book. So please join me in this campaign. Now, sir, I wanted to ask you a question. It's a simple question. 10 years back, 10 years now, how was your experience reading Illume, Ashes and the Wind?
Okay. Now, when you talk about the experience, I won't say it has differed in any way. It remains the same. And when I said that you are on the right path, Ankit, I didn't mean that it was actually limited to the college days. It was not just about the spark of writing. It was not just about your fascination of writing. It was about that acute and very distinct sense of grabbing things from the, you say, people around you and then writing it in a way which is very different even now. And you could imagine what was going to come up if you all say that I could mentor you all about technology or those creative things or creative writing, Ankit. You could imagine, you could feel, the credit goes to you and your soul, I would say. You could see that mythology is going to be the in thing. The fiction which is going to be based on it will be the in thing. But what else I have found, what else I feel proud of, that you are not entertaining people only. You're engaging them. And the best thing for any writer in this age is that you interact with your people. And you are actually interacting with the content that you're writing. You're not, you come to us after you have talked to all the characters. It seems I'm talking about those 30 pages, I would say. And it will be privileged for anyone to read the book as early as possible. I know this thing. So when you talk about those 30 pages and you ask me about my experience of these 10 years, nothing has changed. The perfection of thought remains. The clarity of thought and the clarity of expression remains the same. Because, you know, those first words, if I bring myself on screen to look at those words, and when I see that you have actually given a meaning, you have actually given an expression to it, the very first words, be it the map that you have made, Ankit, be it the beginning of the works that I'm going to read from your side, things are to the point, and if I close my eyes and don't look at you, I'll end up appreciating the author. So you're my student, so I'm appreciating you in a very limited way, I would say. I'll keep those words later for maybe for Amazon and Flipkart to write those longer reviews, and I might put up the YouTube reviews also that I know I'll certainly be doing. These 10 years, they add to the pride. They do add to your knowledge. That was your interest. That was your fascination. Maybe that was your love of writing. And now you have written something which is based on research. And I can assure everyone, because I've read it, and I can see that I can get to know about why Danav is there, why that thing that you mentioned once, that why South is being in a way neglected in the Indian belief, why Dakshin जो है वो शुभ क्यों नहीं है, how like those mythological awareness things are required for this generation. And you have brought me face to face with two people, Amish and Devdutt Patnaik. And one person talks about actually the knowledge part. One person talks about the fiction, which is entertaining you. And here is one person who's actually impressing you by bringing both the essence together and then giving you this illume and making you a part of those beautifully crafted characters. And I'll disclose one more thing to everyone, because I asked him, and I was curious to ask him. I said, who is creating these characters? Who's drafting them, sketching them, doing the imagination of the map? Because, I know him as a technocrat. Like, I know him, you as an engineer, I would say. I thought you must have got someone who will be doing all this. And then you say, sir, map I have made. Okay, fine. I said, okay, this much I can digest. And then you say sketching. Yes, I'm engaged in this. I'm doing it. I say, who's creating those buildings and all those things? You say, I'm doing it. I said, who is doing the creative, you say, detailing of the characters? You're writing about the characters also on your website. That's a secret that I'm telling everyone. But what is there inside is worth reading. So you're interacting with the characters, it seems. So that might go a question from my side also. क्या आप ही उनसे बात कर रहे हो पहले, उसके बाद हमें बता रहे हो कि वो characters क्या है? So that's like unending, I would say. The first experience has been fabulous.
Thank you, sir.
Worth.
Thanks a lot. It's really heart touching, sir. So, sir, it was wonderful listening from you, from a teacher who has groomed me. Now, coming to the next part that is related to me, and I want this thing to go out since you are a teacher. So, as per our ancient culture, ancient tradition, anybody who wanted to do great in life, they wanted to have a mentor. It was a compulsion. You need to have a mentor. You need to have someone who will groom you, a guru. In simpler terms, I mean to say in exact terms. So, how do you think this word actually has diminished in the current situation? But I feel all going to the budding authors who are coming up, to the new guys, or maybe the experienced guys, how important this is. You can imagine, but you cannot articulate, you cannot touch the readers until and unless you are mentored. So about the writing world, about all the authors out there, I feel you need a mentor. What do you say about that, sir, since you are a teacher, sir?
Ankit, I'll say a right question at the right time. However, I'm not disappointed. I won't say that everything has failed and we don't have any hope that those things can be revived. But yes, we do have a need to rejuvenate, revive, and recover from those losses, I would say. As you rightly said, that guru is not just the faculty or the teacher. Guru is actually a person who makes the disciple come alive with the purpose of life. Now, what is the need for the budding authors, for anyone who's willing to express? When I've been into higher education, I've been into the K-12, the kindergarten as well. I would say from the kindergarten till the higher education, when I'm talking to students and even the teachers now, everyone has an urge to express. So that is a very good thing about human beings. But if an urge is there, how that can be channelized? So that way, that channel of expression, that way of expression, that actual light comes through the mentors only. I can say with all respect to my gurus, they have mentored me, and that makes me confident to express things. And when we relate it to the ancient things and to the Illume as well, I would say that, see, if it was Krishna, if it was Rama, or it was any other, you say, God that we worship, all of them ensured one thing, that when they come and they become the avatar, and people are going to see their leela and their activities, they also kept a guru. That's true. I think you would agree to it. When you were doing research, you must have found that a guru remains always. So they established two things: one, which was through their life, and the second one, they ensured that people know that even if the god comes himself or herself, they are going to worship someone else as well, considering him or her supreme than them. So a guru remains. I'll sum up in this thing very, very briefly. I would say why a guru is required for the authors. They must take someone to mentor them, because when you have got someone over your head, you grow more. That's like you see the sky and the whole ground is yours. So professional knowledge, Ankit, and professional competence, or creative knowledge and creative competence, in our case, when we are talking about writing, you do have creative knowledge that's visible, like in everything that you're writing. But when you take up the task through the competence of expression, like if I can I take the liberty of reading something
Yeah, sure.
from the same book? Okay, I'm reading something, and I know that some of those who have already read it will identify with me. The sight was dreadful. How many words? 4 words. Now that's the meter of prose. That's what I'm trying to invent also. The chand of prose. The sight was dreadful. In the misty grounds of the very south of Magnetum, the shielders were fighting against the Trishuls. क्या आता है दिमाग में? What exactly you feel there's an image getting created. So there's the competence of the writer. If for this gentleman, yes, it relates to him. If you are doing it, it will relate to you also. So it is a mentor with whom you interact. It is a mentor who empowers you to take your knowledge to a proper expression. So mentor is not required to make you score good marks or make your book sell in maybe millions. A mentor will make you express. And as Ankit is rightfully saying it in his previous interviews also, that it is about imagination and interaction. So whatever you imagine in writing, you have to interact with that particular thing. And that is possible when you have a mentor. So do take a guru or a mentor. That doesn't mean be an Arjun. You can also be an Eklavya also. And he has been a perfect Eklavya who's learning from everything which comes across. Yes, Ankit.
Yes, sir. I cannot cut my thumb, sir. But yeah, I worship you like.
Yeah, you don't need to. You don't need to.
So thank you.
You don't need to.
For those enlightening statements and enlightening paragraph. Whatever you said, sir. Thanks a lot. Now, sir, I mean to say, I want my audience to know about you, what you have done. See, I have given a couple of sentences, but these are sentences. I want people to know about you, how much you have contributed to this writing world, to this teaching world, to the world of podcast and blogging. So please.
Ankit, okay. Now I'll share these things very responsibly, Ankit. Like, there's no ahem in it. A teacher looks big because he stands on the shoulders of the giants, the students, I would say. When you people grow, we also become big. So the big thing for me is that I've been able to start blogs. Students also started blog at the same time. You are a part of that army which has come up. Now, I blog on eklavyaparv.com. That's why I mentioned the name Eklavya as well. So eklavyaparv.com is my website or a blog, and on which you can read about communication skills, life skills, motivation, creative writing, and all things which come up in the mind and you express. I'm a podcaster, and I podcast at multiple channels though, but the primary one on which creative things come up, that is called Teacher Parv. So if you go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Ghana, or JioSaavn, Google Podcasts, you can find Teacher Parv podcasts. Beyond that, I've been fortunate to assist teachers across the country and on Amazon cabin, और उसमें हिंदी कविताएं हैं, so that can be read by anyone. These are certain things. Then some blogs are there. एक कथा भाव है. इस तरह की बहुत सारी चीजें चलती रहती हैं. And because I'm a teacher, so I consider myself a writer also, because every single day we write our lectures or our things, and then we speak in the classes and we tell stories. Yeah, storytelling is one of my obsessions and possessions and fascinations, and I love storytelling. So I'm a storyteller, I'm a podcaster, I'm a blogger, and I'm a very proud teacher of this gentleman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I hope my audience would like hearing from you in the Speaking Illumane section. You're very elaborative. You are like touching them at every point. So thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. It was like
Thank you, Ankit. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you.